right, great job today, guys. You killed it. It was awesome. So proud of you again. I was a part of any training program, it's flexibility. So your body's warm right now, you're sweating, we need to stretch it out. And we static stretch at the end. We do a dynamic warm up in the beginning, which gets the blood flowing, works on our range of motion. Now that our heart is pumping, our blood is oxygenated, we need to get that healthy blood back to our muscles and our cells and our joints, ligaments, the whole nine. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna sit on the ground. We're gonna do a hurdler stretch. So my right leg is straight out, right toe straight in the air. My left foot is into my right inner thigh, and I'm gonna bend forward, trying to touch my toe with both hands. If I can touch my toe with both hands, I'm gonna try to pull my heel up off the ground. However, if I cannot touch my toe, I'm keeping my back vertical. I'm just gonna go down as far as I can and inch my way down. Now we're holding each of these stretches for 30 seconds, okay? So after we get our right, we're gonna get our left. Same thing on the reverse side. Left toe straight up in the air, right foot into my inner thigh. I'm gonna reach forward, get my toe. Remember, if I can't get my toe, I'm gonna get as far as I can, keeping my back straight. I'm not arching my back way over. Then I'm gonna feel it in my hamstring here, okay? After this, we're gonna get both of them together. I'm gonna have both feet, toes straight in the air, back to my shins. I'm gonna take my sternum to my knees, reaching forward, grabbing my toes if I can. If I can grab my toes, I work to pull my heels up off the ground, flexing my quads. If I can't get my toes, I'm gonna get on my shins and inch down millimeter by millimeter, as close as you can to those feet, all right? Next, we're gonna do a groin stretch. So I'm gonna take the bottoms of my feet, put them together. I'm gonna grab my ankles with my hands, keeping my back nice and tall, and push down on my inner thighs with my elbows. I'm gonna feel a massive stretch in my groin here. I'm keeping my heels in as close to my groin as possible. Getting a good stretch, remember holding it for 30 seconds, sitting nice and tall. I'm not arching forward like that, all right? Next one is a low back and also a little bit of a thoracic spine stretch. I'm taking my right leg over my left. Now my left hand is straight up in the air, over on my right knee, and I'm bringing my right hand in as close to my butt as possible, sitting nice and tall. Now what I do is I push into my right knee with my left elbow, trying to look over my right shoulder. I'm gonna feel it in my glute and low back. Remember, holding it for 30 seconds, then we're gonna switch. Remember, left hand in nice and tight to my butt, take my left leg over my right arm to my left knee, and I'm gonna push my right hand into my left knee, getting a great stretch there. Holding it for 30, looking over my left shoulder as far as I can. All right, from here, I'm gonna rotate for you. We're gonna keep my left leg on my right knee. Now I'm gonna lay back and reach through the hole on my left leg and grab my right shin. This is a glute stretch. This is awesome. You're gonna feel a massive stretch in your left leg. If you can't get your shin, get the back of your knee right here and get that stretch as best as possible, all right? 30 seconds again, and then we're gonna switch it over. So, right leg on my left leg, I'm gonna reach through the hole in my right leg, grab my left shin. Remember, if I can't get my shin, I'm gonna get the back of my knee, right here like that. Interlace those fingers. Now, from here, I'm gonna roll over onto my right side, have both of my knees stacked. My left hand is gonna keep my knees on the ground, and I'm gonna open up all the way. I'm trying to take my right shoulder to the ground. I'm gonna feel a massive stretch. I wanna get 5 deep breaths here and try to relax as best as possible. Keep that palm up to the sky, looking towards my right hand. Relax. You guys did great today. You should feel awesome. Let's flip it over, get the other side now. Remember, knees together, on the ground, right hand on my left knee, opening up my left side all the way to the ground. If you only can get to right here, that's fine. Work on getting down there, you'll get there eventually. 30 seconds. Now, let's come back up to the push-up position. We're not doing push-ups, don't worry. I'm gonna go push-up position, spider stretch now. Right foot up to my right hand, and we're holding it here like this. I'm working on straightening out my left leg, my left knee's not on the ground. My feet are on the ground, my left leg is nice and straight, getting that good spider stretch. Now from here, I'm gonna drop my right knee to the ground and get a glute stretch. I'm working on getting my hands straight out in front of me. If I feel any knee pain here at all, bring your foot in, nice and tight like that, and you won't feel that pain. Work on straightening out those arms, getting a little bit further each time. That's awesome. Now let's go back to this position. Walk your hands over, come back up to spider, bring those feet back. We're switching it, get in the left side. Gotta be well balanced here. Getting a good stretch, straightening out my right leg. 30 seconds here. Now from there, if we can, just drop that left knee to the ground and bring those hands up out in front. If that's too challenging, bring that foot in a little bit tighter. Right like that. Work on straightening out those arms, pinching out a little bit further each time. 30 seconds again. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Lock those hands over. Come back up to spider. Now from here, I'm going to drop my right knee to the ground. Sit back up. And I'm going to get my hip flexor. Now, what I'm doing, pretend someone has a string tied to your right hip and they're going to pull that string that way. I'm pushing that hip forward. I'm not bending over, push that hip forward. Feel it in that hip flexor? This is key to anyone who has a desk job, drives in the car lot. You're going to get very tight in your hip flexors and your chest. You have to stretch that out. Now, take your right arm up and over, all the way up over to the left side. You should feel a massive stretch along your right side here, also your hip flexor. All right, go back to center now. Let's switch it, get that left knee. Remember, that string is tied to my left hip. I push my hip forward, I feel a massive stretch running all up inside my hip flexor there. And now bring that left arm over. I'm not bringing my arm down here, I'm bringing it back straight to the side. Remember those 90-degree angles. Massive stretch along my left side there. And relax. That's a wrap, guys. Great job. You guys are awesome.